Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson, it's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests. State Representative for Michigan's 46th District, Kathy Schmaltz. From Jackson Preparatory and Early College, President Jonathan Marawelli with Principal Rob Campbell. From Jackson School of the Arts, Art Program Coordinator Jody Petrowski. From the Jackson County Office of the Prosecutor and the Victims' Rights Unit, Christy Conley and Kristen Onafree. And for the April Fool's Marathon and 5K, Jeff and Tina Beagle. And now, here's Bart.
Thank you very much, David Rice, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the show on the last day of March 2025. Glad to be back with you after a week off. I had the opportunity to visit my two sisters and brother in North Carolina and in Washington, D.C. And I did take some pictures. It was cherry blossom time, and we got to tour some of the notable sites in Washington, D.C., and I'll share those pictures with you tomorrow on the morning show. So we'll have that for you tomorrow morning, so check it out. Right now, 36 degrees in Jackson. And, you know, what's the saying, Brandon? In like a lamb, out like a lion?
Suppose so, yes.
Yeah, March. In like a lamb,
March,
out
yeah.
like a lion. Well, March 1st, our high was 31 degrees. So we thought March was in like a lion because it was not pleasant weather and that it would go out like a lamb. But it turns out in like a lion, out like a lion. With yesterday's storms affecting pretty much all of the state of Michigan, essentially two sets of storms. The first one on Friday night, Saturday, causing a lot of storm damage in northern Michigan with ice. And again, the ice materialized Sunday in the northern half of the lower peninsula. As much as an inch of ice coating trees, buildings, power lines. And in the state of Michigan right now, there are about 183,000 people without power. 160,000 consumers energy customers are without power. Many in the mid and northern sections of the lower peninsula, and quite a few in the southwest portion of the state. With the power out, a lot of schools closed throughout the state, here in Jackson as well, a handful of districts and buildings. As of about 1 o'clock this afternoon in Jackson County, 7,000 customers are still without power. The company is estimating that everyone should be restored by the end of the day tomorrow. In northern Michigan, it's going to be quite a bit longer as they are dealing with the ice still on the lines and much colder weather up there. It has been, I think, March was a pretty decent month. Yesterday, our high was 70 degrees, and the high for the month was on March 14th when we hit 76 degrees. Unfortunately, we won't see 70s or 60s or, well, we might see some 60s this week. But for the rest of today, cloudy, high 42. Our winds will remain strong, gusts as strong as 25 miles an hour, and storm damage throughout Jackson County, the result of winds. We had some windows blown out, a lot of trees down, limbs as well, and of course the power lines and crews are still working in restoration efforts. Cloudy tonight, a low of 25. Tomorrow, sunny and a high of 47. A little bit of an improvement. Wednesday showers, maybe some thunderstorms, high of 66. On Thursday, 63. Friday, sunny, 56. And our weekend, first weekend of April, is going to be a chilly one, low 50s for both Saturday and Sunday with a chance of rain showers. And there you have it, today's weather presented by Kelly Express. How about picking up a slice or a whole pie of pizza at Kelly Express? Have you been to the new Kelly Express, the corner of Michigan and Robinson? Their full service kitchen is open and their pizza is awesome. You can get a large specialty pizza and an order of breadsticks for $24.99 at that location. Also South Street, Jefferson Road, Grass Lake, Napoleon, and County Farm Road. Look outside shows us a wintry day. Just kind of cloudy, overcast, kind of dreary looking.
Yeah, see some people on the roof at that new building, that new apartment complex.
Yes, they
They're
continue
still working
to work.
hard.
Yeah, they're actually, I believe they are taking applications for living there, aren't they, Brandon?
They are.
Yep. So people will soon be in that building and in the Greenwood, which is the, I would say, the twin of that building. Both are being built at the same time by the same people and looking pretty much identical. Well, there are some, I think there's some differences.
A little bit.
Yeah, one has more brick than the other, but today is the 31st of March. Tomorrow, April Fool's Day, so just be aware. People might be trying some foolery on you tomorrow.
Now, what if you get fired on April Fool's Day?
We have
Do you
fired
think- do you
people
think
on
anybody
April
has-
Fool's Day.
So that's probably not a good day to do it, but it would be kind of funny though too.
You know, no, we like to do it on April Fool's Day because it's the blow is softened because the people think, oh,
Yeah.
this is an April Fool's joke, and then they find out that they're frozen out of their email and their key doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. It's like when you used to fire people on a Friday, you
It's
know.
hilarious. Yeah. I don't know if get fired on. I think there's some things going into effect tomorrow. I think we've got some maybe tariffs or something.
Yeah.
I think so. Who knows? We'll see. Today is Dance Marathon Day, International Taco Day, National Clams on the Half Shell Day. It's National Crayon Day, National Farm Workers Day, we salute you, and National Tater Day. And you wouldn't have tater tots without the tater. I think in celebration of this, we will have potatoes tonight. Brandon, what do you think?
Potatoes? Yeah,
Potatoes?
that sounds good. Yeah, I can always
Potatoes,
go for some
yeah.
potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. It was on this day in 1889, the Eiffel Tower was opened. Amazing how something like that was built in the late 1880s. It's huge too. I didn't realize.
They got a restaurant in there, don't they?
Yeah, they got a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's an elevator,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize that until the Olympics last summer, when we did see a lot more of the Eiffel Tower up close and personal. It is it's monstrous. And French engineer Alexandre Gustave Eiffel unfurled a French flag from the top of the tower, and of course it's now the most iconic landmark in all of France. So we're also observing Eiffel Tower Day. It was on this day in 1999 that the film The Matrix was released. It was one of the first films to use slow motion and spinning cameras. In 1985, the first edition of WrestleMania held in New York. It turns out the most important wrestling meet in the Western world. On this day in 1918, the United States switched to daylight savings time for the first time. And to this day, there's some controversy as to why our country went to daylight savings time. A lot of people thought it's for the farmers, and it turns out the farmers said, no, we don't want it. But it happened over 100 years ago, and here it is still in effect and in Congress. In at least the last 5 sessions, a bill has been introduced to either eliminate daylight savings time or switch to daylight savings time year-round, and it's gotten nowhere. Now in Hawaii and most of Arizona, and I think in some parts of Indiana, no daylight savings time. And we weren't the first. It was Germany in 1916 that started daylight savings time. Now on to Today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. And on this Monday, we've got a Red Cross blood drive right here at Central Fire Station, Jackson Fire Department, Station 1 in downtown Jackson. It goes until 5 p.m. And the folks at JDART have organized this. Their goal is 30 points. And so far, they've had a nice turnout. There's still time to get in. You can get an appointment at redcrossblood.org, or you can just show up between now and 4:45 this afternoon. At the Jackson District Library, I'll try to say it. It's Spanish, como se dice. Am I saying it right, Brandon?
Sounds about right.
And this is for people who have some level of Spanish speaking ability and would like to brush up on it or become more proficient. Perhaps you learned Spanish in school or on a trip years ago. If your skills are rusty, you can join the Jackson District Library for a refresher and practice conversational Spanish class at the Summit Branch, and it runs from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. All are welcome. It's intended for adults. Just show up. And Meet Me at the Y continues at the Jackson YMCA. This is the last day that they're doing this special promotion at the Y. You're invited to get active, stay healthy, connect with the community, tour the facilities, try exciting exercise classes, explore youth programs, meet the team, and bring a friend. And with the Meet Me at the Y referral program this month, when your friend joins, you both win. Get a special deal in discounts and rewards at the Jackson YMCA. Even though the Meet Me at the Y program ends today, they will have some new incentives for next month as they get ready for their grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony, which has already been set for Thursday, June 26th. And JTV will be covering that event live with our on-location mobile production unit.
Oh.
Yeah, how about that? Brand new news. And that's it. Today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. Our show today being brought to you by our sponsor of the day, the Center for Family Health. A lot of really cool things happening at the Center for Family Health, and they are working on their new pharmacy. It's open, but the renovations continue. They've got the new drive-through, 2-lane drive-through, and you can switch your pharmacy to the Center for Family Health. It's available to all, and we thank the Center for Family Health presenting our daily Jackson County High School sports scoreboard on JTV.tv. Thank you to the Center for Family Health. Speaking of our mobile production unit, it will be on the road tomorrow as JTV Sports brings you live college baseball. Our first spring sport extravaganza happens tomorrow right here on JTV, starting at 2:45, Kellogg Community College against the Jets of Jackson College, live from their beautiful new field on Central Campus. And then that game will replay at the conclusion. Live college baseball, the Jackson College Jets on Tuesday afternoon right here on JTV. We have a great lineup of guests on the show today, starting with the 46th District State Representative, Kathy Schmaltz. We'll learn about some of the things that she's been working on in the Capitol, including making life more affordable for Michigan residents. From Jackson Preparatory and Early College, President Jonathan Marawelli and Principal Rob Campbell. Jody Petrowski will be here from Jackson School of the Arts. From the Victims' Rights Unit for the Jackson County Office of the Prosecutor, Christy Conley and Kristen Onifrey. They have an event coming up. And we're getting ready for the next ORS Running Series event. It's a 5K, although it is called the April Fool's Marathon. No marathon will actually be occurring, but our 5K walk and run as typical for the ORS series events will be happening on the Falling Waters Trail around Lime Lake. And Jeff Beagle and Tina Beagle will be here with details on that. All this and more here today on JTV. Great to have you with us, and we'll get started right after this.